Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving back into Great League with my signature team. Yeah, Shadow Zapdos is back while Medicham and Drapion will be its solid comrades. Medicham up in front will struggle against a lot of things but can win a ton of others, so that's why we got this Pokemon up in front, and Shadow Drapion one of the safest, if not the safest of them all, as our safe switch. So over here we managed to get a Flygon out of nowhere. I was not expecting that, and the simple Dragon Claw can absolutely do the trick. Hopefully here we can have the upper hand up against this Flygon, since we can grab some shields in the way. So they have farmed up a lot of energy, and this makes me think that this can always be something like an earthquake or an earth power. We end up going for the shield on the best move ever, and right after they get to the Dragon Claw. Right here we can take the move while Ice Punch can be fatal at this point for that pull Flygon, and with Charge Back returning after its community day new move addition and the Volt Switch on the first evolution form, we're just gonna see now that we can finish it off with a simple Ice Punch. At the back they have a Greninja, and all we have to do here is to predict the correct move. They end up going for the Night Slash. IVs really matter, and we can hold on to those really good IVs so that we can reach to that final drill peck to finish them off with style, and start of the video of course in a positive tone. Hopping into the next one now, and we're having a Azumarill up in front. So this Pokemon can always be troublesome for this team because of Ice Beam, able to do a lot of damage on our Zapdos, has a positive matchup to a Sludge Bomb less Drapion, and of course against our fighter up in front can do a lot of solid work. However, I really like how excelled Medicham can still handle those threats of its own, so right here I'm just gonna switch out after we get the shield into our Drapion, and of course we're gonna be met up with our own Medicham. So Medicham is absolutely everywhere, and this team can absolutely handle it, because if you didn't know, Shadow Drapion can do a lot of solid work against those Medichams, against those Carboris, against those Lanterns with a double crunch, and that's why I recommend it over the regular one. So anyways, right here I know that I can outspeed to the second charge attack with my first drill peck, so right here the plan is to get there as soon as possible because they have no shields at all, but they know my plan, so they will try to catch the move on the Registeel. So the battle is definitely not over yet. I can still reach to my Thunderbolt before they reach the Zap Cannon, and perhaps I need to catch at some point on my Medicham. I was trying to do that over here, but I could not do it right on time. One turn short on that catch, but we can catch the second one. This means here that we can easily farm down with our own Zapdos and still get to the double triple peck for the Medicham and whatever remains. But to be honest, they have the better plan out there, since they are already at the Ice Punch range and they can catch me off guard to grab this victory. So definitely a very nice play by a very skillful trainer. Into the next one now, and we're having the Venusaur on the switch. Obviously this is looking pretty cool for us, and we can always go for the almost CMP point. This means that we can almost push for that first shield while we can go with back-to-back moves, as it seems the second time was a CMP. So yeah, they will just go down after spending a shield for no reason, since they have that Stunfisk which can kinda wall us down anyways. Another CMP here as it seems, and we can do a lot of damage even with those resisted drill pecks, putting the Stunfisk almost below 50%. So Rock Slide now will connect, down goes Zappy Boy, but it has already done its job. Right here we can see that they have a double grass backline with Venusaur and Trevenant, which means that our Drapion can definitely feast on that triggered Pokemon. So down it goes in a simple crunch, and right after the Fisk will follow the same fate as it seems, because this is a CMP. Aqua Tail will connect, and yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna block here in order to farm down the ground steel typing with my Poison Stings. Into the next one now with that Tropius up in front, and you know what, yeah, we're having the best team out there against that Pokemon. However, on the switch we're met up with the Sandslash, and guess what, Crunch is definitely gonna do about 50%, and yeah, this is another big matchup that you need for your Shadow Drapion in order to get that Shadow for sure over the regular Drapion out there in Open Great League. So definitely an upgrade when you compare it to the regular Drapion, and right here we can still reach to the Aqua Tail for grab actually that final shield of their own. Driller now will connect, but to be honest we are getting the best outcome ever out here, because now our Zapdos can go in with that Drill Peck for a lot of damage output on that grass type Pokemon. So they're gonna reach to their first move, and I want to respect the damage actually. I know I can survive one move because everything they throw here is resisted, but since they have Razor Leaf we can take advantage of that with that shield and absolutely farm a lot of energy. They have now the return of the Sandslash. We got already back-to-back Drill Pecks. At this point it is more than enough to finish it off, and one more Drill Peck for that poor Lantern. The battle is not settled yet, the outcome is not settled yet, which means that we need to get past through this Lantern if we want to grab our victory. So Psychic is coming up, and this is gonna do a lot of damage, but still not enough to farm down completely. Right on the final counter they can still reach to that Surf. Zapdos, can you be enough to finish off this Lantern? Yes we can, but they can also do it, so this battle will end in a draw. I'm gonna take it because Zapdos battles are always sweaty in Great League. So anyways, into the next one now, we have a Serperior up against us. This Pokemon can always be troublesome, but guess what? Our team is built around those grass types for sure, so we can definitely handle this threat with ease. Able to get here to the crunch, but they managed to catch on their Medicham. Okay, so this is a happy catch to be honest, because we tended to get that Medicham out of the way anyways with our Drapion. So able to reach here to this crunch, and right after I believe that we can still have an Aqua Tail ready to go. So I'm just gonna press it as soon as we get to the next Pokemon, because I don't know what it might come in, so I do not want to lose that crucial energy. It ends up being a Dugong, and they want to shield because they want to debuff me, but first I'm just gonna bring my Medicham into play. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna charge up as much as I can, then switch out into my Zapdos, and I know that I can go ahead and completely farm down. The first one was definitely the Frenzy Plant, that's why I blocked, but the second one being the RLAs makes me think that I can actually survive this move being resisted. Anyways, right up next we have the Thunderbolt, which is gonna be blocked by my opponent, and even though we get the Icy Wind debuff, we can still reach to another Thunderbolt for big time damage. After the debuff though, they can still survive with 1 HP, but my Medicham will just prove to be the superior Pokemon, with that final counter being super clutch against that Dugong. Into the next one now with the Sandslash up in front. Obviously this is looking like a pretty solid battle for our Medi, and on the switch we're met up with a Toxic Rock, so one simple Drill Peck can absolutely do the trick, but they have here the shield advantage. I did not want to risk it for the Biscuit, and that can actually be a mistake, but right here they decide to go for the early energy spender. Is that the saying? I think so. They will spend their energy much faster than I was hoping to, that's what I wanted to say. But anyways, now Medicham can absolutely do the trick on whatever remains at the back. However, that Pokemon is the Azumarill, but hopefully towards our good fortune we managed to land the debuff on that Pokemon. So right after we can see now that those crunches can be kinda clutch against that Azumarill, and even if they get to this Ice Beam we can still go ahead and press a lot for that second shield. So crunch is definitely gonna do a lot of work, but first they need to sacrifice all of their remaining energy. I know that Sandslash doesn't have a lot of energy stored up and banked for that endgame, so I'm just gonna expect the catch at this point, and I'm just gonna focus on the complete farm down with my counters. Into the final one now, trainers, and we're having up against us a Steelix. So Steelix is a happy lead as well for our fighting type Pokemon. So I know what you might think, Ganeto, you have a lot of good leads over here in this video. Well, we had some bad ones as well, right? I think so. But anyways, this is all about entertainment with Shadow Zapdos. That's why I'm showing these battles to you. So Crunch here is definitely gonna lower this Lickitung defense. Not definitely, but still we have a chance, and we're just gonna apply the debuff as well. And right after on the Steelix, I'm just gonna get here to my Crunch in order to do the the chance actually to have a chance at debuffing this Pokemon for sure. So we can actually do that, and right after we can return into the battle with our Medicham having kinda the upper hand, even though we are not looking that well offensively after the first breaking swipe. We are seeing that this Psychic will put that Steelix in a weird position to block our second move, and right after we have our Zapdos. So we can expect something like a fighter at the back, but to be honest, we are seeing a Pokemon like Azumarill, and that caught me off guard. Anyways, I know that if I can block here correctly, I can still farm up to a double triple pack and still finish off not only this Azumarill but also the Steelix. Let's see if this plan can be executed well, because Steelix is returning to the battle. Will this move be enough? Of course it is. Down goes the Steel type to our Shadow Zapdos, and that will conclude today's video with an amazing ending with Shadow Zapdos as our closer. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. As always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into our next upload.